Long gone are the days when clubs would wear a shirt for more than one season. It's all changed every campaign now, and sometimes they don't get it quite right. Here's 5 strips that probably won't sell too well in the club shop in Kick TV's worst kits of 2015-16. Now, when you think of German design, you think of ergonomic lines in a Volkswagen or the simplistic beauty of a Porsche. You don't think of the hideous rhombus-covered mess that Borussia Mönchengladbach will be wearing on the road in the Bundesliga and the Champions League this season. Where do we start with this one? It's got a weird collar, the shades of green in the pattern are heinous, and that yellow bank sponsor takes the design equivalent of a Cleveland steamer all over the chest. Look that one up in Urban Dictionary if you don't already know what it is, kids. Okay, Gladbach have had some awesome kits through the years. Their home strip they wore when they were dominant in the 1970s, for example, was a piece of art. But Kappa have led them down the garden path a little bit, and they've produced an even worse away shirt than the green mess they wore last year. Let's hope Die Volend's football is better to look at than their shirts this campaign. Alright, let's head to Portugal for number 4, and the shirt that Porto fans will definitely not be queuing around the block to snap up. It's their away kit. Good lord, just look at this thing. The manufacturer New Balance, who produced some of Liverpool's ropey outfits in the past few seasons, and who thought boots with a glory hole were a good idea, described this shirt as having a highly fashionable look in keeping with the town style. I would describe it as what would happen if you stained the decking in your back garden and then rolled around on it. Twitter tore this kit apart when it was first released, and considering how beautiful the Dragons' home and third kits are, it seems unlikely they're going to shift many of these. But hey, this kit isn't entirely a waste of space. It has an advert for Superbock on the back, and that's a brilliant beer. And it's also taught us that bright blue clashes with the colour of poop. That's good to know. Number 3 is a team whose kits have really divided opinions. Some say they're terrible, and some others say they're really, really terrible. It's Austrian Bundesliga side Sturm Graz, whose new threads are UGLY, and they don't got no alibi. For some perspective, here's what the Austrian Bundesliga side wore at home last season. A nice classic black and white striped affair. And now, look at the POS they'll be wearing in this campaign, which has some weird rippled water effect on it and lime green trim. Nothing looks better with lime green trim. And to make matters worse, here's their away shirt with that much desired cracked marble effect on the sleeves. But surely their third kit can't be as disgusting, I hear you say. Well, take a look. No Lotto. Naughty Lotto. What did Sturm Graz fans do to have to pay €70 for each of these shirts? Go and sit in the corner and think about what you've done. Alright, on to number 2, and it's Norwich, a team who will be fighting for survival in the Premier League this season. But if the Prem was decided by the attractiveness of kits, the Canaries will be dropping quicker than a canary in a really toxic coal mine. Okay, the home kit isn't too bad, although it does look like something that a jockey at the Kentucky Derby would wear. And the away kit isn't too terrible either. It's a nice pinstripe effort, but you might notice it's exactly the same colours as the home kit. And then, ladies and gents, we get to their pièce de résistance, the third kit. Wow. Just wow. Aside from the fact that it looks like a cross between a rugby shirt, a bad Christmas sweater, or the uniforms they sometimes wear in McDonald's, it's also green and yellow. Norwich have managed to produce 3 kits that are all basically the same colour. It defeats the point of the exercise. In the Premier League, the only team the Canaries might not get to wear their home shirt against is Watford. But then they've got to fall back on a couple of other kits that both have yellow in them. It's madness, I tell you, madness! What if they get drawn against the Green Bay Packers in the Cup? That could happen, you know. These bizarre kits are perfectly summarised by Yusuf Mulumbo's reaction. Happy, confused, miserable. Alright, let's move on to our number 1 worst kit of 2015-16, and it's a very formal effort from yours and my favourite Japanese J-League Division 2 side, Vivara Nagasaki. They typically play in a blue and yellow home shirt and a white away one, but they're celebrating their 10th anniversary this summer, and they've produced something truly horrendous to commemorate the occasion. Matching tuxedo kits. Yes, tuxedo kits. Nagasaki have the option of a classy black number for when they're hosting and a James Bond at the casino white option when they're guests. Amazingly, the Japanese side aren't even the first ones to rock formal evening wear on the field, as Spanish 3rd Division club Cultural Leonesa wore one last season. I think we're all agreed that we need to see Leonesa and Nagasaki play each other in their tuxedo kits, perhaps while also wearing top hats and monocles. It would be spiffing, old chap. Well, that's our top 5 terrible kits of the season. Honourable mentions also go to Wolfsburg and their deck chair striped away kit, Newcastle's home strip that has payday money loan shark blue on it and no stripes on the back, Southampton's flagrant flouting of the blue and green should never be seen rule, Tranmere Rovers strip that looks like it should cost about £3.50, and St Pauli's goalkeeper shirt, which might be the most 90s garment in existence. It looks like the opening credits to Saved by the Bell. Ask your parents about that one. So which other kits should have made the list? Hit me up in the comments, have a word with me on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching. Love to your mothers. See you next time.